call this meeting to order. If you would all stand and face the flag and follow me in the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And would the Secretary call the roll, please?
Commissioner Blake?
Here.
Commissioner Hubberston?
Here.
Commissioner Kalani?
Here. Commissioner
Roski?
Here.
Commissioner Soa?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss? Here.
Okay. Let the record reflect that Sunrise Water Authority's substitute for Ernie Platt is Terry Roski, and he's attending this evening. Is there any public comment today? Seeing none, we will move to general business. The first item on our agenda is approval of agreement with Oregon City and South Fork Water Board. Do we have a motion? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Give it to me.
Seconded by Deanna. Discussion or questions? I'm presuming that everybody's read the agreement, since pretty much all of us have had it before us at our previous boards. There are no questions. We will call the roll.
Okay. Commissioner Blake?
Yes.
Commissioner Humberston?
Aye.
Commissioner Kalani?
Aye.
Commissioner Roski?
Aye.
Commissioner Soa?
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss? Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 2, the adoption of the biennial period budget from 2014 to 2016. And then this is a public hearing. Pardon?
You're opening the budget here.
I am opening the budget hearing. Thank you. I'm going to make a presentation about our budget this evening.
Nothing's changed.
It's changed. And
No, we
it-
took comment, you know, we're appropriate, but I don't think anything changed on the numbers as part of the process, so. I think at this point, the formality is one of adopting the budget, and you do it in a two-step process, then you have to make the appropriate appropriations for it as well, too.
Okay. Let me move forward.
So unless there are questions.
Okay, if there are no questions, then we will close the public hearing and move forward to action. That'd be the appropriate process. Okay, thank you. And public hearing is now closed, and we move on to the action item. Is there a motion to approve the budget? Move to approve.
Can I just?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
formality here would be, you would move to adopt the budget.
Adopt it, okay. Adopt.
Formally, okay?
I'll do that too.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to adopt the budget as presented. Are there any questions? And hearing none, we'll call the roll. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed say no.
Commissioner Blake?
Aye.
Commissioner Humberston?
Aye.
Commissioner Kalani?
Aye.
Commissioner Roski?
Aye.
Commissioner Soa?
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss? Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. And then the second motion would be a motion to approve Resolution 2014-02, making the appropriations. Is there a motion?
I'll move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Are there questions? Seeing none, we'll call the roll. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed say no.
Commissioner Blake?
Aye.
Commissioner Humberston?
Aye.
Commissioner Kalani?
Aye.
Commissioner Roski?
Aye.
Commissioner Soa?
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss? Aye. Motion carries.
That takes care of our action items for this evening. Director's reports. Do you have any reports this evening, either one of you?
That's all for all of you.
It's for you.
Excuse me. Right. I was thinking general managers. Thank you. Okay. Do any directors have anything to report this evening? Other than, I think, what we all know, which is that South Fork Water Board did in fact approve this agreement with Oregon City, and they should be voting on it on the 21st at 7 p.m. And I plan on attending just in case they have questions of any kind. Mr. Vice President, if you'd like to attend, I'll meet you there.
I'll be there. 21st.
Any other directors' reports? General managers' reports.
Just a couple of comments. One, of course, I want to thank all the parties that were involved in helping to put that agreement together. I think that in the end, you know, averting the Luba case was the right thing to do, potentially save us a bunch of money, and the type of public association we simply don't need. In the end, it worked out pretty well that the parties were able to come together and work out an agreement that I think that was fair for all involved. I think everybody felt that way when it was done, so it was a good deal in the end. So kudos to everybody involved, yes.
We thank you for your help and your support. I think that was the first major test of this board's cohesiveness and working together with Sunrise. So thank you very much.
And we talked about, you know, having several planned activities, you know, between CRW and Sunrise as we start to move forward. And one of the things we're going to kick off is that we both plan to do a joint salary survey together, and we'll share the cost of putting that together. There's a lot of interested, you know, shared information that comes out. We have a number of similar positions, and so we'll be able to jointly share that information and also keep the cost down for that. So when do you plan on retaining somebody for that?
It's essentially done.
Okay.
What we have to do is to
Update
update it to make sure that we've included all of the positions that Sunrise has, but they're probably about, what, 85–90% in point already, so. Which we just finished it. So.
Which would essentially be one of our very first savings, cost savings as a result of splitting the cost of this survey.
Yeah, that's correct. And then on April 30th, at the end of this past month, we had a joint staff meeting between CRW staff and Sunrise staff as a get-together. So folks start to get used to each other and get to know who everybody was, at least as a first introduction, and hope to have a planned series of those as we move forward. In addition to that, we'll start meeting with each of the functional groups, for instance, like with the engineering staff of the two agencies, begin to sit down with them, set objectives and goals over the next 2 years. And once we work our way through the organization, that would then become the backbone structure of this operational plan that we put together and present to you as we update that along the way. It went pretty well, don't you think?
Yes, no, we've gotten very favorable, at least in the CRW side. The employees were very impressed with their counterparts at Sunrise, and so went extremely well.
That's nothing else to add, do you?
Yeah, the only other thing I have to add is that as the CRW board knows, because we are a union shop, at least for 20 some odd employees of the total 39, we've been involved in negotiations because our current contract at CRW ends June 30th of this year. Of course, the union is very interested in the 190 and what it means and what it doesn't mean. And but we've heard nothing from them that would cause any alarm. I think that they're more concerned about contracting out and whether or not the 190 might interfere with that, and we've pretty much shown that that's probably not going to be as much of an issue as they think that it would be. And then as part of the joint discussions, we think that the groups within our shop where we have been advised by council and we concur is probably on the operations side of the shop. But we, I think in terms of our kind of collective discussions have said, well, that'll probably be the last group that we'll be looking at. Anyway, that is not to say that in terms of equipment and other resources that might be available that we couldn't share those. It's mostly the labor issue that we have to be concerned about. So going pretty well.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions of the general managers? Or any other input?
I did, but he answered it.
You have mine too. Anybody have any questions? Well, that concludes our business, so the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
We did roll